The stretch run. We give our final predictions of the 2025 season next.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. Today's episode is presented by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Couple injury updates later in the show to a couple of pitchers on the mend for the Northsiders. 2026 schedule was released earlier this week. I at least want to just preview the first 15 games, the quest for a 15-0 start next year. The schedule this year is still 29 games left as we sit here prior to Cubs-Giants Wednesday night. We decided to record before the game this time and also giving our final predictions down the stretch of the season here. Cubs entered Wednesday 76 and 56. And this is for the regular season. Unless, Sam, you would like to pull out your crystal ball for the postseason. That could be fun too. But I have two individual predictions, and then I think we could have a good time embracing, their win-loss the last 29, and really specifically what that looks like based on the different series that they have. So first of all, the number 2 starts with the games remaining now.
Yep.
This season has moved by so quickly.
It has. It's funny because I think it was Alex Cohen or Boog. I don't remember who that was like, man, that Carson Kelly cycle in Sacramento feels like it was just yesterday.
Oh, no.
I mean, no. I mean, excuse me. They said that that feels so long ago.
I don't even remember that.
See, but to me, I do like this. It everything feels like it was just jumbled up and real quick. But that's
the
how
Good
the season
Friday
goes.
game, the softball score.
Yeah,
that doesn't feel too long ago, but it also feels like sort of more distant than I thought.
Yeah, no, it's just everything's just jumbled up. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I have 2 player predictions in front of me. Looking forward to hearing yours as well. And I'm starting with a player that I remember driving home from Cubs Dodgers in April of 2024, you and I.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this player as possibly ending the season as the Cubs' best hitter. And that was for the 24 season. We never saw him last year. And this year he was up from day one. He got sent back down. He got called up again.
Mm-hmm.
And as it turns out, in terms of this pocket of the year, he might not finish as the Cubs' best hitter, but shoot, he might be top 3rd. And my first prediction is that Matt Shaw is just going to keep it going. It's a general prediction. I have a more specific number for the next dude.
Yep.
I'm going to mention. But I have to start with Shaw. This kid's transformation at the highest level of the sport has been a joy to watch. 299 average since the break. Wow. And he's playing solid defense. I just think he's going to keep it going.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe one, and a pretty fair one. I'll go with, I think there's one more.
Well, where would he rank right now in the Cubs' 9 hitters, Shaw? I know he hits 9th, but what would his ranking be?
Yeah, it's too hard to answer that.
Right.
It's too hard. I mean, right now as we speak, he's one of their better hitters.
Thank you.
But clearly, Counsell doesn't feel that way because he got pinch hit for again late last night in a righty matchup for Willie Castro. So for me, I would say that there's one more peak of the Seiya roller coaster.
Yeah, me too.
So we're at a downturn and it's really bad again. And I think there's one more rise up before the roller coaster comes back down. That would be my prediction there. I think there's one more peak. What does that mean? What numbers? I think there's one more Seiya hot streak coming. Does that come after he gets a couple of days off? Maybe. Does he not need the time off? I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I think there's one more. Seiya's really hot again. There's no way he could finish the season. I mean, he's down to hitting in the 240s now.
Oof. Yeah, I'd like to see him sit against Logan Webb Thursday and then come back with a vengeance in Denver, in Colorado. Sam, Seiya, the last 34 games, has 1 home run.
Oh, my gosh. Against Cincinnati.
To get to 35, he would need to hit 8 in the last 29. And that's not outlandish, though, because he did that pace the first 3 months.
Right.
But the last month plus, he's been like a AAA hitter. And so, yeah, that's a great call to get that rise, and hopefully he doesn't come back down, the rest of the way, especially this fall, hopefully. I think to get to 35, it's not outlandish. How does Kyle Tucker hitting 30 sound?
Oh, no.
Because that would be 9 in 29 games.
That'd be wild.
Okay. And he hasn't done that this year.
I had
it. He hit in a month is 7.
I had his over on home runs, 29.5. As I had Pete's over and steals at 29.5 too. But I don't see that. That'd be great. If he got to 30, that'd be really, really impressive.
Be a heck of a finish to this crazy run.
But I don't think so. I don't think he gets to 30. That would be, like you said, even when he was crushing the ball, he had that one real hot home run stretch where I think he hit like 4 in a row in Arizona and in Sacramento. But he hasn't hit a bunch of home runs. So,
yeah, he hasn't. All right, any more from you? Predictions
individual?
We get to
yeah. I'll say this. This is kind of a reverse, but I expect Matthew Boyd to not regress anymore. I expect Matthew Boyd to finish the year strong because I think there's some trends now. Well, he's had back-to-back poor outings, and so maybe is he fatiguing? What's going on with him? I think he's going to curb that and finish the year strong and complete this magical season that he's having.
Yeah, I don't think he located particularly well on Tuesday.
Yeah, but his stuff looked okay.
Yeah, he just got hammered a few pitches, but yeah, that sounds right. And I still look to him, Horton, and Shota to lead this group. Maybe Colin Ray sneaks in, spectacular outing here or there. What's Assad's role? What's Brown's role? Does Soroka come back? We'll just give the updates now. He was supposed to throw a pen this week in San Fran. Tyone's already doing some baseball activity following his hiccup the other day. So, yeah, optimistic, but we'll see how optimistic we are when we break it down game by game right after this.
This episode is brought to you by Upside. Hey, Locked On Cubs fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code SEASON to get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25-cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Shout out to the everydayers, and you can become a Locked On Cubs everydayer by joining us every episode throughout the week. Make sure you're subscribed to Locked On Cubs. That way you don't miss any of the great Cubs content we've got for you. That includes Cubs Postcast with Joe George live after the final out of every game, and beginning September 8th, Bears-Vikings, Joe will be on Locked On Bears. All right, final 29 games. To be conservative, let's just say the Cubs split the last two with the Giants. We don't have to be, truth sayers here, whatever the term is. But, I don't think they're going to get swept, so I'll say they split. So that means, well, I guess if we're saying they split, then really we're only breaking down 28 games. But who cares what the graphic says?
Sure.
So 3 at the Rockies, 3 versus Braves, off day. You have the off day while you're at Wrigley. That's kind of unusual. 3 Nationals, 3 at the Braves, off day. 3 versus the Rays at Wrigley. Then you go to Pittsburgh for 3, Cincinnati for 3. Then the last off day of the year, that last week, they don't play on Monday. That was kind of a surprise to me. And then they've closed with 6 at Wrigley, 3 against the Mets, 3 against the Cardinals. Most difficult games on paper anyway are consecutive there, with the 4 at the Reds and then 3 against the Mets at Wrigley, albeit with the off day on that Monday separating. So if we bank a split in San Fran,
Yep.
I have them going 18-10 the rest of the way.
Let me see.
And
let me see where I go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to count some wins real quick. And whenever I do
you
this,
want to go series by series?
whenever I do this, I never do sweeps. I just think I don't like predicting sweeps. It's just really hard. So I'll
have
go
one sweep in here.
Yeah, I'll go. So
and it's this weekend.
So 1 Frisco, 2 Colorado's 3, 2 Atlanta's 5, 2 DC 7. I'll say they slip up in Atlanta, only win 1, 8. 2 in Tampa versus Tampa 10, 2 Pittsburgh 12, split in Cincinnati 14,
Right.
2 New York 16, 2. I got 19 more wins on the table.
Wow. Wonder if my math is off then.
I got 19
2,
more
4,
wins on the
6,
table.
8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then a sweep in Colorado, 19. Yeah.
I got 19 more wins, which would take them to what, 95?
Yeah, 95 wins.
That's a really good season. And if that doesn't win you a division, what can you do?
95 and 67. What a season that would be. I wrote down originally 3-0 for the weekend.
Yeah.
I haven't kept tabs on the Rockies this week. I know they gave the Dodgers some fits recently. But if 95 is the target or the possibility, which it is just based on the math, then I think that would really help. And it would really make for a special road trip, especially if they only end up, even if they end up losing this series in San Fran. They'd go 7-2 still, but the 4-gamer at the Reds, I don't think splitting is conservative there, right?
No.
Because
that'd be a really nice result, especially with them chasing.
Yeah, they're fighting for a spot. They might be fighting for a spot till the last day.
Yeah, well, especially depending on how that series against
so they're not
Mets
going to
go.
hold back or anything like that.
Right.
The 6 with the Braves, stands out to me. The Braves started 0-7. Then their entire rotation got hurt, not at the same time, but they've all been hurt at different times. And they've proven that, no, it's not possible to come back from that. So they're just playing the games right now.
Yep.
But they still have star-level talent that are active.
Yep.
And so if some of those guys, if even just Ronald Acuna gets hot, or Strider, if he's healthy, throws one of his gems, you're probably looking at 3-3 there.
And I had 3-3 there.
What you had.
Right. So,
2-4.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of room for major falter here.
Right.
I just don't. I
because of how the Padres are playing, right? Is that to get the first wild card? Because where are you at with goals right now?
Well, I just don't think the Cubs are going to lose a whole lot more games. Even if they play average baseball, I mean, they should take care of Colorado. They should take care of Atlanta at home. They should take care of Washington at home. They should take care of Tampa. They should take care of Pittsburgh. I mean, there's really not.
They should, yeah.
There's not a whole lot of, oh, man. I mean, they don't have to play a particularly good brand of baseball in order to win at least 17, 18 of these games. I mean, the schedule really lines up nicely. What they were able to do in April and May, April against good teams, and then May against not so good teams, it really set them up to have a good season. And that's kind of why it was so frustrating when they slumped against Cincinnati and when they slumped against St. Louis, because, there was a path to 97, 98, 99 there with the way they were playing. So we'll see. In terms of the goals for the wild card, like I said, you want to dream about the division, but
but the Brewers, and we speak about going streaking on this show. I mean, speak for myself, I guess, but we've talked about streaks before. Yep. Which the Cubs really haven't done. The Brewers, those Brewers win streaks, they won the division because of that.
Yeah, well, they had.
We could dream all we want, but because they did that, that's why they will hold that banner.
Well, I think they had a 14-gamer, an 11-gamer.
They did it like 3 times.
I think they had a 14-gamer, an 11-gamer, and a 9-gamer.
That's the division.
Yeah, I mean that's
division over.
They basically started the season with that. In that case, 34-0. You know what I mean? That's like starting the year 34-0, and then you see what happens.
So it's almost, you could get even irritated all you want, but that was the central right there.
Yeah, I think the goal is to get that first wild card spot. You're a game and a half.
I want to see them play at Wrigley.
Yeah, you're a game and a half up on the Padres,
right?
Which is a team that I have a lot of respect for. I think they're really good.
They have them.
I mean, the Dodgers have to be right there, right? They're a game ahead of that. Right? So you're a half game up on the Dodgers. So if you can play at Wrigley, host, feel real good about your pitchers. I mean, that gives you the best path. And by the way, then you're going to get your shot at Milwaukee regardless, like what we talked about with the boxing analogy, and that's all you could do.
And do I have dreams of us covering a playoff series at Wrigley Field?
Oh.
I mean, come on. That's what it's all about right there.
It'd be amazing.
And it's not that far away. It's only a month away.
Yep.
All right. What else did I have about the schedule I wanted to point out? I think that was it. So, all right. Stretch run for sure. And before we get to the 2026 schedule, on our next episode, we will recap Cubs Giants in full. We could preview Cubs Rockies, hit up any news and notes from the last day or two. And also on Monday, Sam, a 27th and 28th player will be here. Who could that be?
Yeah.
So we'll preview that for next time as well. Coming up next, the 2026 schedule was released on Tuesday, and we begin to break that down right after this.
This episode is brought to you by Gametime. There's nothing like catching a baseball game live. The energy, the crowd, the chance to see your team in person. But actually getting tickets, that's the tough part. Queues, login screens, surprise fees, it takes all the fun out of it. That's why I use Gametime, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. Gametime is fast, easy, and backed by the Gametime guarantee. You always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. I have been to Wrigley, I believe 4 times this year. Matt and I, Padres, Cleveland. I saw the Pirates and I saw the Brewers. So I'm 4-0 at Wrigley this year. And all 4 times I used Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go download Gametime today.
4-0 at Wrigley. That means we got to get you there for the wild card game.
Yeah. All right.
Man, should we try to go to that? You almost can't because of the show.
Yeah, you can't.
Sounds kind of goofy, but you got to be by your computer.
Yeah, we have to take advantage of that opportunity, I feel like.
I believe that sounds right. We have an important request. Locked On wants to hear from you. We've put together a survey to learn more about our listeners and make your favorite podcast even better. This is your chance to tell Locked On what you like, what you don't, answer questions about advertising. Go to lockedonpodcast.com/survey to get started. Everyone who completes a survey will be entered for a chance to win one of 10 $100 Amazon gift cards. Again, that's lockedonpodcast.com/survey. You can also find the link to the survey in this episode description. All right, well, a lot on the table, for 2025, but the 2026 schedule was released on Tuesday, and just really the last week, there's been news about 2026, whether that's media rights, World Baseball Classic is going to Netflix. World Baseball Classic in March, Sam.
I know.
Could cover that.
I can't believe
let's see. Cubs convention dates were released today. So, there's always a news item or two about next year. A little bit inconveniently, honestly, during the current season.
Right.
I really don't. So I don't want to come off as complaining about this. Why? But I think this is the most thoughtful way to ask the question. Why is the season starting on Thursday, March 26th at Wrigley Field?
Because I'll tell you why. Because they want to play in the snow.
It's going to be snowing.
Yeah, it's not going to be a great sell for the free agents offensively.
You know what? I had that thought today just in general. Do people still want to play here?
I think pitchers are going to be lining up.
Okay.
I think pitchers are going to be wanting to line up, especially on 1-year deals. Saying, man, I'd love to get on the mound at Wrigley, see the wind blow in, give up 105 mile an hour, 25-degree fly ball to right center field that dies at the track. I mean, it sounds lovely. Hitters, especially if you hit from the left side, I don't think so.
Tough sell.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for us is March 26th. I mean, we started obviously this last year with the Japan series in mid-March, but March 26th, that's an early start date. So,
I know.
We'll be jumping right into it, and it'll be real fun. I mean, I expect the Cubs to take care of business in that series against Washington.
Well,
and then they have the Angels of Anaheim coming into 32-degree Wrigley Field.
Well, the first 15 games, we should go over that.
Oh boy,
it's so light.
Yeah,
but
you say that now, but. This year it's like, hey, you want to play good teams early, so.
Well, that proved to be a positive for sure.
I could see myself now. Cubs are 8-7. It's a cold.
You got to start 10-5.
It's a cold, blistery mid-April night, and I'm complaining. Hey, 8-7, but they've already, they played some bad teams and needed to knock out 10 of those wins. Not good. And I just thinking of myself saying it gives me a headache.
Yeah, Nationals, Angels at home. Then you go to Cleveland and Tampa, and then 3 at home against the Pirates. I'm sorry, that's 10. You got to go 10-5. Maybe you could convince me about 9-6. Yeah, no, 8-7 would be sickening. Was there anything else that stood out? Because my guess is that you looked across the whole schedule, which I have not yet.
Yeah, 6 games in 9 days. Or no, excuse me, 7 games in 10 days against Milwaukee in September. So, yeah, that stood out.
Now that could be must-see television.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's like a time warps because we're not even in September of 2025 yet.
I know. Well, we will be on Monday.
Right. So,
all right. Well, what should we set the over-under temperature at for March 26, 2026?
Ooh.
Because it's going to be cold.
I'll say 40.5 degrees.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'll be a little sunnier and say 45.5, but
you won't be able to hit a home run on March 26th at Wrigley Field.
Will they hit a homer the first 6 games?
If you start your at bat at shortstop.
It really has been that bad.
Unless
is it 2 years in a row now or 3?
Unless you just hit a line drive rocket right through the wind. No, this is the second year in a row it's been really bad.
Second year, okay.
So we'll have to do some digging on that.
So Tucker's probably as good as gone. All right.
Shout out to my buddy Frank. He gave me a great prediction. Kyle Tucker, and I like it. Look out for Kyle Tucker in the offseason. Texas Rangers.
Really?
Yeah. Did some digging.
Why? Is there any reason yet?
Well, I'll save that for the offseason.
Okay, because Ken Rosenthal has linked him to the Rays.
Sorry? Because he's from there?
Yeah, and I think they're getting a new owner that may spend big right away.
Wow.
Something like that. So, all right. Well, the Rangers have spent recently, so see if they back up the truck again, and hopefully the Cubs do. Our next episode, Cubs-Giants recap, Cubs-Rockies preview, and more, including September call-ups. This is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on the Locked On MLB channel on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And Sam, we got to check out Sonny this week. It's Illini football's opener Friday night, I believe, right?
Can't believe it.
Sonny over at Locked On Illini, who's also a Cubs fan. Shout out to him. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.
Shout out to Matt Cozy and Sam Olber, hosts of my favorite podcast, Locked On Cubs.